That's rolling. That's rolling.
See, I like that you do headphones. Headphones is where it's at.
I like the headphones because it puts me in the zone.
I might have to get these microphones though.
These are the cheaper Shores, which work great.
Really?
So they're
There's a cheaper one?
These are.
Oh, okay.
Compared to the other ones you'll see, kind of like that shape, thinner and longer.
Right.
The Chodes are cheaper.
How much were these?
They were like
500
something.
Oh.
The other ones
for both of them? No, each, right.
But a lot better than 500 a mic.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, Mike Eshak, everybody.
What's up, Mandy? Did we record already? Are we recording?
We're going.
Oh shit! What's cracking, y'all?
Yeah, we're doing it. It's a rainy day in LA, but we're not scared.
Nah, I'm not scared. I'm from Michigan.
Oh yeah, Florida. We're so good.
Yeah.
I was telling him, I was like, if this was an LA person, they would not have showed up.
Yeah, they probably wouldn't even tell you they're not going to show up.
That is so true.
They'd be like, I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know, man. I think LA people, I'm ripping on LA people. I find out that whenever I meet someone from LA, they're actually more normal.
So it's the people from out that come to LA that
yeah, someone like me probably, because like, you know, no, because like I'm from Detroit and like, you know, the weather in Detroit never bothered me. Then I moved here and now I'm 10 years here and my cat's from Detroit too. And both me and my cat, man, like it's like as soon as it gets cloudy, we're both like, fuck this.
You guys look
even
at
my
each other.
cat's like, I'm not moving. Fuck it. The cat's not even eating. It's like, that's tough. Fuck that.
It's because we get spoiled.
It is. I get so spoiled with the sun right now, you know?
Yeah, I couldn't imagine growing up in a place that was cloudy.
I can't hear you though.
Oh no, is mine low? Hold on.
Well, I don't know.
You can't hear me loud. That's happened before.
I just want to make sure the sound is right because it seems like maybe because I'm talking maybe more close. No,
it's done that before. So mine doesn't sound like it's on to you.
Talk.
I could hear it on mine.
Oh, you can.
But
maybe that's how this is.
No, hold on, I'll fix it.
Just hold on a second. Hold on. Let me try something. No. Yeah, I guess maybe my ears are fucked up. I don't know. Maybe I'm having a stroke. Maybe I'm dying, guys.
Oh my God.
So this is our sound. And
That's
nice.
us.
So talk again.
Hello.
Perfect.
Oh
I
my
can hear
God,
you. Yeah.
we did it.
Yay.
Oh, we're in business, everybody.
You know, I have to commend you for not getting mad at me.
No, I want to learn. Are you kidding me?
There's a lot of women that just get really mad and they go, why are you mansplaining me? I'm dead serious.
A girl or a guy helping someone is, to me, helping. I'm taught myself this.
Listen, I think helping is helping. Yeah. I don't care if it comes from a woman. I don't care if it comes from a trans person. If my cat can talk, I'll be like, what are we doing today? You know what I mean? But like,
I'm right there with you.
I've had like people, especially women, not all, but there are like, small. Listen, I'm trying to tread lightly so I don't get canceled. You know what I'm saying?
No, you're in a safe space.
My point is like, listen, there is mansplaining. Mm-hmm. Mansplaining is when a guy thinks women ain't shit and they don't know anything and I know I have all the answers.
Yes.
I get that. I get that. But then sometimes you're just trying to help to explain and then they get mad at you. They're like, why are you doing that? I'm just like, I don't understand that. So high five.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah. No, I never knew to look at that. This is great. One episode, I asked someone because it wasn't working. I was like, what do I do? And they're like, I don't know. And I was like, Yeah. Yeah. This is great. So you do your podcast at your house too, right?
I do it. I stream it live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How does that work? Does it get more views that way?
I'm only doing it just to make it easy for myself.
That's true.
Because I don't want to pull things off my camera, put it in my editor, have to edit it down. So I do mine live, and whatever happens. All technical difficulties, stay on there. I don't give a fuck because I don't got time. So then it goes live streaming. Some people watch it live, and then when it's done, I kill two birds with one stone. I already got the video online that I can take and cut the clips with.
That's smart.
And then I just take the audio from that and just throw it in the thing and whatever.
Yeah, the audio takes no time to export. The videos take to export it to your computer, it takes about 3 hours.
What?
So I do 4K, and it goes an hour. And then from YouTube, it takes overnight. I do it overnight.
Wait a minute.
Am I doing this wrong?
It takes you overnight to get the video onto YouTube?
I do it during sleep, so my computer is just on. It takes about 5 hours to get to YouTube because the footage for this is huge.
So you upload full 4K?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because it supposedly helps the YouTube algorithm.
It does?
They say the better the quality, the better they enjoy the video. I mean, I can try to do 1080.
No. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I thought
You're
about
teaching
doing,
me shit. I don't know shit right now.
I went through my friend who's an editor, and he does tons
Stop
of...
girl-splaining me. Fuck, I'm out of here.
What you do? Oh, you just live stream? That's how it just gets real sassy.
Yeah, okay, I didn't know that. But wow, okay. Yeah, you go hardcore.
But I don't edit anything either. So I add the intro video in video, my logo, the sound. Editing the podcast takes me 5 minutes.
Oh, that's great.
It's just the exporting that takes so long.
Man, maybe I might need to look into doing 4K. I don't do 4K. I just do 1080.
I don't know. It
I don't
probably
know
doesn't
either.
make a difference.
Nobody watches my shit anyway. I don't even think I'm... What am I doing here? Yeah. What's your 4K?
Yeah, they're like,
so those 5 people are like, whoa, I can see your pimple. It's like, what the fuck
it is
that
really
shit?
funny though. The one time, because now YouTube does 3 different exports. It does SD, 4K, and then SD, HD, 4K,
right.
Which makes the export even weirder on YouTube. One time it didn't finish. I didn't realize. I closed my computer. My friend was like, "Hey, your video looks really shitty."
What happened?
It just didn't. I didn't leave it up long enough to do. I thought it finished, but it stopped at SD.
Oh, weird.
So it does like 3 different exports on YouTube.
Wait, but that's so weird. That's really, because I would assume that it would ingest the entire 4K file, and then you're done, and then it has to convert the 4K file.
No, it's like a workout where the person wants to do the easiest part first.
What? See, I do the opposite.
I do the opposite too.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't get it.
Oh, that's right. YouTube, you little bitch.
Yeah, you little bitch.
Edit that out. We're gonna fuck up the
love
algorithm.
YouTube. We love YouTube.
I love you.
We love you so much. We want to make money.
I'm
just
liberal.
fully off of you.
I'm liberal.
I love Jesus.
Biden forever.
Woo!
Woo! Masks.
Did you hear Biden died? What if I just start this rumor?
I don't want to be on this podcast anymore.
Oh God. I just get real.
Fuck you. Yeah, I almost believed you.
I know your face.
I was gonna go for my phone. I was like, what?
Oh my God.
Why did it?
That's how close to the truth it is.
It
too.
is. That's scary, bro.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, he died in Ukraine giving a speech. Fuck.
Oh my God. R.I.P.
Now Kamala's dead.
Oh, I know. I can't believe that happened as well.
Edhem. I don't know if you know him. He's a new comic. He's Yemeni. He's from my hometown in Detroit. But he's got this joke where he's working out. He goes, "Do you think Kamala Harris every morning is waking up and looking at Biden going, Izzy? Am I?
Yeah.
Am I?"
That's such a good
It's funny.
joke.
It's so true, though, you know?
It is very true.
Like
You
every
have to
morning.
think
Is this
that.
the day?
Yeah. Any lady who's just married to an old man for money, same thing.
I know.
Every morning.
What is it about women that like older men? What is it?
I think it's
Because it's very prevalent. It's not like it's not just only some girls. No, most girls like a man that's a little bit, not even a lot a bit older.
yeah.
I get girls that are like way younger than me hitting on me. I'm like, I could be your dad.
I think that the way it makes them feel. That makes them feel younger, and it makes them feel cuter and like more petite.
Oh my God,
These
girls are all so
assumptions.
full of themselves.
These
I
are
think you're right.
assumptions.
Women are all about themselves.
It's about
So
themselves.
I'm fucking hot. I need to get a decrepit fucking crypt
Yeah.
keeper next to me so I look even hotter.
Exactly, but just my thought. And they oh, he's so mature.
Have you ever been with an older guy?
Mm-mm.
No?
I mean, a few years. They're always a few years older.
Yeah, like what's a few?
Like Matt's 36.
Okay.
I'm 32.
That's not that.
I think
big
that's
of
the
a difference.
perfect gap.
That is. I think that's the average gap. I
Mhm.
think is how it is typically. 2 to
But-
4 years, 2 to 5 years.
And then max, I think that's normal, but still too much is 10 years. But that's like the max minimum.
For you.
No, just like what I think I see people.
Oh, really?
But it has to happen like once you're past 30.
A girl?
Then the 10-year gap can start.
When a girl's past 30.
Yeah.
What? Why? No, I want to know.
I think I'm just pulling this all out of my ass.
This is fine.
This is what I feel.
Yeah.
Because younger than 20s, in your 20s, you don't know who you are.
Right.
So in your 30s, you can make more mature decisions and you can build yourself as a human. When in your 20s, if you date someone older, you're just going to become them.
You're going to become them.
You're going to become just your beliefs will be that guy's beliefs.
Yeah, because you're impressionable.
Yes.
Right.
So wait till after your 30s, then you're grounded, hopefully, and then date whoever the hell you want.
Mm.
But until then,
I have a philosophy of why most girls are dating older men that are much older.
Okay, like 10 plus years?
More. I mean, I got girls,
like 20. We're talking
like
about
20
year
years.
Gap. That's a big gap.
I've dated a girl that was 20-year gap.
Okay, what's your philosophy and how did that go?
Okay, so the way I think it is because I think, okay, women already have an inclination to sort of want to be with men that are slightly more experienced and older because it's like a caretaker type thing, you know? So, women like men that are bigger than them. I mean, there's usually, of course, that's not always true, but generally, right? And I think that recently people have been holding off having kids for a long time, right?
Definitely.
So now there are a lot of older parents. So I've noticed that these girls that find me attractive, their parents are super old. Does that make sense? So it's like I'll meet a 20-year-old or like 25-year-old girl and her dad is like 75, 80. Like he had her really late.
So you're out of dad age to her.
So what?
You're out of her dad age. Like you're not the same age as her
Her
dad.
father is so old.
That makes you.
That to her, I'm not that old. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
one.
and I've noticed that. Like whenever I've ever dated or attracted a girl that was a lot younger, her dad was either dead or really old.
Oh my gosh. Well, that's funny because the first thing you said is what we always say is like, I could be her dad. He could be her dad. You always say that. But you can't be her dad because her dad's dead.
Because her dad was way older. So you can't be my dad. My dad his eyeball was falling off his socket when I was born.
His ears are this big.
Yeah, because he's hard of hearing.
Let me see that ear size.
I know, right? How old are you? 83.
Take the headphones off.
Go boy. Nah, you're too old for me.
Oh, God. So how did it go when you dated someone a lot younger?
I mean, it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's great. I think men are like typically like we like women that are younger. I think we're hardwired for that. I think it's just biology.
I think it must be too.
It very much is biology. And I think it's because it's like a woman is only fertile for a short window of time, right? And it's when they're very young, right? And then
You're dying. My eggs are dying.
I know, which is kind of like I feel bad for women because I think women, man, you guys have it hard. You guys have this clock that's ticking and it gets louder and louder. And when you're at 25, you got to start thinking like an older person, right? Whereas men don't have to think like that. And I think it's just biology. I think it's just how we're hardwired, which is why men want to have sex with everything because we're built that way. We are. We're built that way. Think about it. We can have kids all the way up until we're dead.
Isn't that crazy?
But I think that's just how how it was built. It was built to be, society, evolution built us to be like women make babies and men can just keep busting nut and making more babies. That's why like in older cultures you have multiple wives.
Definitely.
Or like and to us we look at that and we're like, what the fuck is that? But if you really go far back, it was about survival. Because like even in Islam, you're allowed to have 6 wives, but you're really not supposed to have 6 wives. That was an old school way of men who would come back from war. And then the men that they were with died in war. And then when they come back to the village, some of these women whose their husbands have died they have no more caretakers. So what was good for the community was allowing the men to have multiple wives so that I would be able to come back from war and my friend's wife, who my friend died in war, I can take her, give her a home, give her kids a home, raise her kids, and it's better for the community, right? That was needed then. Now, we don't need that anymore, but you got motherfuckers in Saudi Arabia still playing that game, going, look, it's right here. I can have 6 wives. It's like, bitch, you can have 6 wives if it's apocalypse, motherfucker.
It's crazy how everything that comes from like back old times it's really hard to get out of the cycles.
What do you mean?
Like what you're saying.
Yeah.
And then evolution of why we all stem to negativity over positivity is because like they're say like in the caveman times, if you heard something, it was gonna be something bad.
Sure.
So now we're always like it's bad, it's bad,
Sure.
it's bad.
Sure. Or back then anxiety was a survival mechanism because you always had to be anxious about anything that's coming to kill you. Now we don't got nothing to bother us, but that mechanism is still there.
Exactly.
That ancient mechanism is
So
still
now we
there.
have to separate, I think, like your gut instinct versus anxiety. They're two separate things.
Sure. Yeah.
Back then they were one.
But back to women. So 20, like 25-year-old women, like, listen, I've dated girls that are really young. I mean, one time a girl lied to me so that I would date her. I had no idea she was a lot younger than she really was.
Oh, damn.
I thought she was 21, but she was actually 20.
So she just took a year.
And
Because
yeah,
alcohol.
I guess.
Did you find out, like, did you have a fake ID?
It was really hard to tell. There was a lot of lying going on.
Ugh.
But I mean, the thing is, though, she was pretty mature. She was from Liberia. She had to grow up very young. She had to like raise her brothers and sisters. So she was very mature for her age.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of hijacked me to thinking like this could work.
Yeah.
But then in the end, the only thing that really broke it up was just that she just lying too much and I had to let her go. But I think the sweet spot for me are girls like right at 30 to 35. That's like perfect.
I'm telling you, as a female in her early 30s, the difference of how I feel from 29 to 30, like when I hit 30, 31. It's
a difference, right?
Holy shit, whole other person.
Yeah, like what? Like your view of the world changed?
Just grounded, that voice is crazy, insecurity voice is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah.
Being able to say I don't know something if I don't know something instead of
Right.
lying about it.
Right. That's just growing up. Yeah.
It's just everything is different. Just being who you are without giving a fuck what anyone else thinks.
Absolutely.
Which I always say that's like what I think stand-up. They say stand-up takes 10 years to find your voice. I think growing up just takes.
Sure.
It's a mix of just.
Some of us never find it.
Yeah.
Some of us never
You
find it.
have to work really hard to find it. It takes a lot of self.
It took a lot of mushrooms for me.
A lot of people say that.
It took a lot of mushrooms. I needed it. Yeah, the mushrooms did it. You ever done mushrooms?
No.
Oh, see, you figured it out on your own.
Yeah. My brother said the same thing with mushrooms. He's like, and then a lot of people like when they're down, they're like, I need to do mushrooms to like find something, but I don't know. I've never done them.
I mean, I don't think everybody needs them, but I would say that a lot of men probably could use it because I think our egos are out of control. Women have out of control egos too, but it's a different thing where men at a very young age, our ego is so robust that we have these delusions of grandeur, right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's what makes men, right?
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's like it's important for us to be humbled. And I think sometimes we need scary experiences to humble us. You know, for me, the first one was in the Marine Corps on a battleship cruiser crossing the Atlantic Ocean and watching all the other battle cruisers that were in our fleet that when I stood next to it were these giant hunks of metal cities. And then I'm watching the other ship getting tossed around like a fucking toy.
Oh no.
Do you know what I mean?
That'd be wild.
How big the waves were, and I just saw this thing that was like a gazillion times bigger than me getting tossed around like nothing. And that was the moment at 23 where I was like, oh, you ain't shit.
Yeah.
But see, most guys don't have that moment. They got to take mushrooms to get to there. You know what I mean?
And you got to do both.
I did both, yeah. But you figured it out on your own. I love how you said that. You were like when I don't know anything, I acknowledge it instead of acting like I don't know. I think a lot of us did that when we were younger, right?
But little things, big things.
We were afraid to say I don't know.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, you like that movie? I'm like, yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Stupid things.
Stupid fucking things.
Why don't you just say I've never seen it?
Exactly. You know, I used to do that with sports because I never really cared about sports that much, like watching sports. I like playing it, but I never watched it. So then when dudes would start talking about sports, I just be like yeah. See me sometimes now. I want you to like me, dude, because I look like I should like sports, and then when people find out I don't like sports, then they don't want to talk to me no more. I'm like, oh no.
Oh, I love sports.
I love sports.
Sports are my favorite.
Touchdowns in basketball. I like it.
What sport did you play? Or like playing?
I love playing basketball. Basketball was my thing. It was fun. I thought I was Michael Jordan, but I wasn't.
When that ego was high.
Are you good at sports?
I played the soccer and lacrosse. They were like growing up, and then high school I played lacrosse. I was gonna go to college for lacrosse, but the school I was gonna go to, I found out was a dry school, Savannah College of Art and Design, and I was like,
That's hilarious.
I'm not going to a dry college.
You regret it or no?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
nice.
first of all, sorry, this sucks. Women's sports aren't going to get you far in life.
Yeah.
Which is a bummer. Maybe one day will change. But
yeah,
there's no need to go to college for something that's
sure.
You don't need to waste your time and
where do you play lacrosse other than Florida?
Yeah. You know what I mean? Georgia, that school.
Oh, okay.
But
you don't see lacrosse anywhere in America other than the South,
New York.
Right? Oh, New York they played?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not really a big sport. It was fun in high school. Glad I did it.
Nice.
Glad I ended when I did it.
Yeah.
But I always say it's like when you play sports, 'cause I played soccer since I was little.
Yeah.
And then lacrosse, I grew up my whole life hitting people. And then that's taken away from you. And you're like, what do I do with this rage now that's just sitting inside of me?
I love Mandy. Join the Marines.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
That's why I started weightlifting, like doing CrossFit and all that, because it's just like, and you scream and get it out.
You still do that?
I quit CrossFit when I hurt my neck.
Everyone's hurt something when they do CrossFit.
Mm-hmm. It's because the CrossFit gym I started going to, you weren't allowed to drop the weights because it was next to a massage parlor. So they got in trouble. So I had to bring it down doing like PRs on like a overhead press.
No.
And I have it on video. Just like hit my neck wrong.
No. The bar?
The bar. Yeah.
No.
And it was a lot of weight. Yeah.
How much?
I don't remember, but I think it was like 150.
What the fuck? So you were doing like
behind the neck overhead press.
Oh,
so
fuck.
Push it out, and then
behind the neck's already stupid.
And then you have to bring it down because they wouldn't let you throw the weights.
That's fucking stupid.
But listen, the cool part.
What?
My neck was fucked for, I think, 5+ years. Not awful, but like I couldn't even do Pilates because anything overhead just like didn't feel good and hurt the next few days.
Sure.
So about a year ago, I was home visiting family. I went wakeboarding and I was trying to do a 360 and I ate shit because we had to go really quick because I kept failing. I was like, go faster. So I like ate shit trying to do a 360 and I put my neck back in place. Never hurt since that day. Isn't that so cool?
What?
I know.
What?
It's the weirdest thing.
Okay, wait a minute. When you hurt your neck, did you get it checked out? Did you get MRIs and stuff to figure out what was what?
No, because it was never like, no, I didn't. It was never awful. I quit CrossFit. I started doing yoga and I just stopped weightlifting and just did like regular gym stuff.
You didn't have like nerve issues from the neck problem?
No. It was more like just painful. Like, you know when you sleep wrong?
Yeah, it was just like that.
You can't turn.
You're lucky.
It was like that all the time.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
Because I got a pinched nerve in my neck right now.
Ooh.
And it just radiates down my arm and
How'd you do that?
Old.
Have you been wakeboarding?
No, I haven't been wakeboarding. No. But I think snowboarding did it. I think I fell down one time.
Oh, really?
The doctor said it was already like I was already showing like wear and tear in my neck, you know, and I had a bulging disc that's pushing a nerve into a bone spur. So it's just so perfect. Like there's a bone spur right where the nerve is, right where the bulging disc is. So the disc is like pushing this nerve into this spike.
Oh no.
But I think I exacerbated it when I fell snowboarding. That's when it started really hurting. And I think I just must have knocked it out a little in place.
And there's nothing you can do with that kind of stuff?
I'm figuring it out. Rehab. It's getting better.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like this arm, I can't even put it up sometimes. I just get like this shooting. It feels like somebody's stabbing me in my shoulder. But you fell wakeboarding and then it
instantly fixed it.
I
could tell right away too. I was like, I feel like my neck feels better.
That's crazy.
And then
it's like you chiropractor to yourself.
I know.
Wow.
And after that long too, because it was such a bummer. Because like I said, I'd go to take a Pilates class and I see these old women like, yeah, and I'm like, my neck.
Damn. Okay, wow. That's cool. I mean, you wakeboard too?
I'm not good. I can just do like the basics. It's been a while since I've gotten, and by 360, it was like on the water 360, not like out of the air. It was just more of like when you do on a knee board, just like turn a 360 real quick.
I can't do that shit.
I couldn't either. I didn't.
That's hilarious. You got video of it?
Actually, no, I did get it the last time. Or did I not? I can't remember. I think I just remember the neck thing. No, because we were on a jet ski, so there's no video.
Oh, okay.
But in a boat, and then you could do that.
Yeah. I want to go wakeboarding though.
It's so different than snowboarding. So much easier.
It's so much easier, huh?
Because I've wakeboarded my whole life. We would always go in Florida. You always water sports. So I thought the one time we went to snowboard, I've only seen snow like once or twice. Snow once in my entire life.
Okay.
Snow on the ground another time.
Right.
So I'm dying right now in this cold. I'm like,
oh,
nah.
Wow.
So we go snowboarding. I was like, I'm gonna be so good at wakeboard. No, because wakeboarding, you're getting pulled. You get to lean back snowboarding, I ended up switching to skiing because I was like, I'm not going to waste this whole trip learning to wakeboard.
Was it easier to ski?
Ski, I was great at.
Really?
Yeah.
You've done it before?
Just water skiing.
And then it translated well.
Yes, but wakeboarding to snowboarding.
Snowboarding's weird because you're clipped in.
Yeah.
It's not easy.
I want to get good at it.
Yeah.
But I was like, we're only here for 5 days. It will
yeah,
take
yeah. Have you tried surfing?
Yes.
Are you good at surfing?
I can do it, but not good. I'd always go out. Like, I'd always be the girl in the guy group that would go do everything, but was just not. Like, I'd go to this inline skate parks.
Yeah.
Could go down everything. I could just go and do it, but never good at those things.
I have a surfboard and I barely take it out because I suck. I suck.
It's hard. The hardest part is just getting out there.
Yeah, I figured out that part. That part, getting out there, was not a problem. To me, it's just getting my bulbous head to fucking like sit still. And I'm always falling. So it's like, right. And then I took up snowboarding. Snowboarding was much easier than surfing. And then I picked that up and that was fucking fun. I was loving it. And then I fell down and now I'm just like, I don't think I should do that anymore.
Isn't it scary? Everyone is getting hurt. Have you heard of everyone getting hurt from pickleball?
What is pickleball?
I've never played it. I bought the rackets. I got them for Christmas. It's like I think it's like a small tennis court.
Okay.
I think. And it's funny because Audrey Stewart.
Yeah.
So she.
Yeah.
That's the best Audrey impression. So she just tore her ACL playing kickball.
Yes, I remember. Yes, because she's on crutches, right?
Yeah. So I'm always like, she's one of my great friends. So when we're out, people are like, "Oh, I get this injury from pickleball." I've heard someone tearing their Achilles heel playing pickleball. Pickleball.
Guys, we should start a game called Tickleball.
I played tickleball before.
Fuck, I hate that game. I'm super ticklish. I'm
really good at that game.
Bro, I can't do that. There's no way.
It's so funny. Tickleball. But yeah, people are like, I'm the same as like you going snowboarding, and I'm nervous to go play pickleball because I'm like, why is everyone getting hurt playing mini tennis?
Yeah.
Like, are we at that age where everything?
And how are they getting injured? I don't understand. Is it like that crazy of a game?
I don't understand either. I've never seen it.
Listen, man. Once you get to a certain age, dude, you're just gonna be pulling shit you didn't even know. One time, I swear to God, I have this in my bit, but this is real. People don't believe me.
Oh, make this one of your bits then. Or you could do all of them.
But one time I pulled a muscle in the back of my neck, right, and my right nut at the same time. I'm dead serious.
What?
I'm dead serious.
Oh my God.
I woke up one day, I pulled a muscle in the back of my neck, and then this muscle right next to my right nut was hurting too.
How?
I don't know. Listen to me very carefully. Okay, and then I was going crazy, and then every time I like moved my neck down, the thing would pull.
No.
Right?
No.
That's old man shit.
That's awful.
So I go see the doctor.
Yeah.
And the doctor legit tells me there is a muscle that connects the back of the neck. It goes down your back, wraps around your oblique, and connects to your groin.
Who would know that? How? I would never think
And the
that.
only people pulling it are old fucks like me. It's fucking crazy. Whenever I do, I don't do that joke that often, but sometimes if I ever like riffing and upside, and then I bring that up, you see like some old geezer motherfucker.
No way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it happens to other people.
See, you're just gonna be pulling shit. It's weird, man.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull my pussy
so
out.
Let me. And then you wakeboard and you fix it.
Yeah, and I'm like, Dad, I'm coming home.
I got a wakeboard to fix
Pull my pussy out.
I gotta fix this pussy, bro.
He's like, you can stay there.
I gotta do 360s in the water, bitch.
Yeah, call your mom for that one.
Pop that pussy. Yeah, that's hilarious. Call your mom.
Yeah, like, I've done that before.
But yeah, so yeah.
Wild.
We can play pickleball. I'll pull something for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I got 2 rackets.
I'm not gonna do it. Fuck that.
But yeah, I'm nervous to play now. I'm like, I don't want to hurt myself over something stupid.
Yeah, same.
I used to be wild. Like when we go like at the lake, like doing the tubing.
Yeah.
Just flip us, we fall. Like my friend got a black eye from my knee hitting her. Now if I went tubing, I'd be like, just stay straight and slow, please.
I know. I think that like if we were to have kids, we would be, because of all the knowledge we know now, CT and all these concussion shit like that, I don't think kids are going to have any fun anymore.
I think about that all the time.
You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean. Because I'm like, I am scared to do, like whipping my kid in the tube like my parents whipped me, which they should have. I was a blast. We're fine.
Are you?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But I couldn't.
We're in comedy. I think we're fucked. We're so fucked.
We're definitely fucked.
We're fucked.
We're fucked. It was traumatizing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I could never whip my kid like that. I wouldn't even want to see them get whipped. I'd be like, I'm ashore. You guys take them out.
I know. Isn't it funny? Like I remember when I was young, I would like see how my parents were like very protective of me, but they weren't. They were protective in the 80s protective, right? Which means like in today's standards, I was a daredevil. But my point is that like even I was thinking, I was like, when I get older, I want my kids to do whatever. But then now, when I know everything, I was like, if I had a kid and it's a girl, a guy, whatever, and she wants to get into combat sports or something crazy like parkour, jumping from one building to another,
parkour.
Could I handle that? Could I handle that as a father?
It would be hard.
Like back in the day, if it was in the 70s, I'm like, you pussy.
Yeah.
Do it better. Now I'm like, we got to give you a helmet.
We've seen too much.
Yeah.
It'd definitely be hard, but I guess one of those things will cross that bridge when it comes.
I know.
And then I see my best friend, she just had a baby and she just lets him walk in like a good way. Like she's got those cute little dirty feet and like, not that she's letting him do anything crazy, but I'm like, that's exactly how it should be.
It should be.
I love it.
That's exactly how it should be.
Yeah, you don't need to wear shoes outside. Let that baby walk.
That kid needs to build an immune system. Let it walk on bum piss. For real. Let it sit on a needle. Fuck it. Sit on a needle. Now you're immune to heroin. Great.
Yeah, and you'll do comedy just like us.
Oh, I can't wait to hate you. I can't wait for you to go on stage and hear all the jokes about how you hate your dad. Let's go.
His Instagram is heroin baby.
What does a heroin baby look like?
I don't know. Man.
I like how we're almost dressed the same.
I was thinking that too.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Color
Yours is
coordinated.
nicer. This is my cold, warm, lazy couch thing.
Okay.
That's what they call it on
You're right.
Instagram.
Mine's nicer.
Yours is nice.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things at living at, not favorite. I love that I get to wear nice coats out here because in Florida, you don't get to wet dress dapper.
I'm the same. I say the same fucking thing.
I love it.
Because Florida's a lot like Michigan. In the summertime in Michigan, it's humid.
You can't,
It's sweltering.
Shorts, tank top.
You
for
can't
girls.
like at nighttime go out and wear a suit comfortably. It just sucks. Otherwise, you would have to like get out of your car that's air conditioned and go into an air conditioned building right away. Otherwise, you'd be drenched. Out here, it's nice. Yeah, at nighttime, it's like during the day, shorts. At nighttime, you can like wear a jacket.
It's nice because I'm not I figured out how to style myself because I've never been good at fashion. Probably because I'm used to Florida fashion.
Every time I've seen you dress what? You dress great.
I feel like now I dress better. Thank you.
Okay.
But I think like simple clothes. I always wear simple clothes and like I could wear a nice jacket and nice shoes. And then you're good.
Yeah.
But in Florida, I came here and I was like, these are my flip-flops.
Yeah. That's hilarious.
And the shorts that are like really booty shorts.
Oh, really?
That no one wears
Bring those
here.
back, bro.
I have a whole pile over there and I was going through my clothes. I was like, guess I got to get rid of my booty shorts.
Yeah, I hope they come back.
They might.
They
will.
better.
I'm sure everything comes back. But
I
for
hope it comes
now,
back.
booty shorts aren't in.
It looks like we're on our way to being like Saudi Arabia. Everyone's covering up more.
Do you notice the fashion is just like, I kind of like it. It doesn't look good, but I get where they're going. Like the female fashion is like baggy clothes.
I hate it.
I'm sure guys hate it. And I don't
Men hate that shit.
I think that they're trying to think like, I guess, a bit more comfortable. I don't think it's going to last long because girls always want to look good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. Or like wherever girls would wear those dresses, that kind of like maternity dresses.
Just like the big t-shirt dresses?
No, it's kind of like okay, like it's kind of like it's like okay, it's like form fitting up to here, and then it just goes poof.
Oh, because it hides everything. I know the exact dress you're talking about.
I hate that dress. That's the equivalent of like finding a girl online on Tinder and her picture, it looks like it's taken from a ladder.
Yes, it's a body filter. It's a dress filter.
It is. It's just like it's like I don't know what you look like. Like in this picture you look great, and then when I meet you, you're like wider than the room. It's like
because it makes your tits look good.
Yeah.
This is good, and then this is the hard part to keep in shape is just covered.
No, but hold on a second. I'm talking about girls who are in shape wearing this shit.
Oh, you just don't like the way it looks.
No. I had a girlfriend, like I was dating, she was very fit, and then like, every so often she'd put on the dress on. I'm like, why? Why? Maybe if we were in Saudi Arabia, yes, but what the fuck is this shit? You got a great body. It's just like, okay, fine.
It's because you could eat all the food you want in that thing.
She ain't getting fat, bro.
I mean, while you're out and blowed up, you're like,
I suppose.
I'm ready.
But yeah, the baggy clothes, I can't stand it. Isn't it weird? It's like, it's so funny. It's like we men have this like entitlement. Like I can't see your ass. You know what I mean? Especially in this country, it's like, I don't even know what your butt looks like. Then in Saudi Arabia, it's like, oh, you got to cover yourself up. It's like the opposite.
Yeah,
shit.
it's so the opposite. There's this girl, I saw this video yesterday. She bought one of the trendy outfits. There's like the baggy jeans, the dad shoes, which I can't believe are in the New Balance dad shoes.
Yeah.
What?
Stop it.
Oh my God. That's wild to me.
I'm not trying to hook up with your dad.
So she bought the whole outfit. She's just like a regular size woman, not a model. And she like the little crop and then the gray jacket, like a suit jacket. Because that's like the white little top, the gray jacket, the baggy jeans, and the dad shoes.
Yeah, so she's wearing like a blazer.
Yes, a blazer. That's the word. So she puts it on, and the video is like what the model wears, what's trending on Instagram, and then she's like, I look like someone's drunk uncle. Yeah,
right. Like you stole your dad's clothes.
Yeah, I think the bottom line is we see these cute things, but unless you're like 6-7 foot tall woman model length, we can't wear that.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good on us.
It doesn't look right. No. I mean, yeah. Do you remember in LA, maybe like 6 years ago, there was this trend, and I always said it ruined summer. It fucking ruined summer. Because in summertime, that's why me being from Detroit, summer is very like a nice thing for dudes because all winter women are covered up, right? Then when it starts warming up, man, oh man, the girls in Michigan, they start showing off.
Time.
It's like, yeah, it's like we can't wait. And then this one summer, I don't know if you remember this, but there was this thing where all these white girls were doing. They would wear these jean shorts.
Are the ones up to here?
And it looked like they took their dad's old jean shorts that he almost took the Salvation Army. And they're like, no.
I'll take those.
And then they cut the jeans, right? Hack job. All crooked, right? The pockets would stick out of the fucking shorts. And then they would wear it, and then it would just look like a square. Like they had SpongeBob SquarePants asses. I'm like, why?
I was just going to say, I've tried them on before because I never bought them. I looked in the mirror and I was like, my butt is bad. Bad butt.
Non-existent now.
Bad butt.
Yeah, right? You can't even see it.
Yeah. Those didn't last long, though.
They didn't last long.
They stayed in Silver Lake. Silver Lake was still
You're right. They stayed in Silver Lake. I remember, like,
Lake.
every time I drive in Silver Lake, these fucking bitches, the fuck out of here. I got to get out of this place.
Because they just do their thrift shops and it fits their body types. But
and listen. That's to me, it's also funny as a guy to be like, you're not showing me your titties. What the? How entitled are we, right?
I mean, everyone, whatever. We all have our opinions.
Yeah, but I didn't like those, so.
Yeah, fashion's weird. I can't keep up. Just keep it simple.
I thought we were going to all be naked by now.
Soon.
You think it's coming?
It's too cold.
It's supposed to be a lot hotter now. What happened to global warming, bitches?
Exactly. All right, well, let's get into we're having such great conversations. We haven't even started the wiener.
Oh, let's do the wiener.
Okay. You were saying such good things about the wiener, which I think is super relatable.
What?
That you just let those kind of things go.
I'm very good at editing bad things out.
So am I. I
don't like to sulk in it.
Me neither.
If it's done, I'm just like, that fucking sucked. Let's see what else is going to happen. Fuck it.
I Alt delete that shit.
That's good.
Quick.
But at the same time, okay, go ahead.
What are you going to say?
But at the same time, as a comedian, I need to like hold on to it now.
I think about that a lot too.
Right.
Because I don't think my problem is because I usually don't bitch about a lot of things. And when I say something very negative in a joke trying to make a point, like Taylor Tomlinson is really good at it. Like her jokes are very, like she complains in a good way and talks shit a lot about like things, but she does it so well crafted. When I do that on stage, because it doesn't feel right to me, I feel like everyone hates me.
Oh, this is so funny. I was talking to a very like a seasoned comedian. He's been doing like 40 years, and he was talking about how sometimes you'll write a joke and it's not for you. Mm-hmm. Is that what it feels like?
Yeah, it just is like I'm not comfortable saying this.
Because it's not you.
Yeah, just not how I am. I mean it though, but at the same time, not enough to, I guess, say it in front of people.
Yeah. Because it doesn't, because for you, it didn't hit that deep chord. Mm-hmm. Right?
It's more surface level.
Where other people, it hits that chord, and every day they're strumming that chord.
Yeah.
Motherfucking son of a bitch. That fucking piece of shit. And they never let it go.
It comes where it needs to come from.
Right.
Because when you don't say something fully on stage, even if it's not hacky, it feels hacky.
Yes, like I have a joke that I was trying to work on, and like I talked to the guy last night. It's just like it doesn't fit me because the punchline is not true, but the punchline is hilarious because it's such a leap.
It's such a big misdirection.
It's such a leap. You don't expect me to go there. Do you know what I mean? But then it's just like it's one of those things where it's just like maybe I just got to let it go because it's not me, or I could figure out a way to make it work. So I don't know.
Just keep trying it, and then you could just tweak it towards where it's more towards you, or maybe the more you say it. Yeah, if it works though.
I heard also putting it into the voice of another person. So instead of having it come from you, have it come from a story as if it was coming from another person. That
makes sense. Just to don't like connect yourself to it.
Yeah, so don't make it that it's happening to you. Make it that this person said this to you and you're like, what the fuck?
That's a good idea.
You know,
or someone does feel that way, just not you.
Sure. But then I think also it's kind of like certain jokes, like it's just one of those things where I'm going to have to try because I think the audience will accept it better if I'm with the audience, kind of like, what the fuck is happening here? Does that make sense?
Yeah, because
instead of it saying that it happened to me.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
A lot of jokes I switch like that. Like you have to figure out, is this from me or is this from someone else?
Yeah. Like Yorsi at the Comedy Store said, sometimes if you have a punchline that's almost too whatever, sometimes he'll put it into a kid. So like a kid said it, and then it lightens it up.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I mean, doing an act out for most punchlines will just save all of them.
Yeah.
I've noticed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay, so back to your thing, the wiener thing. That we edit things out.
So my wiener... this is exactly so. Sometimes the wieners become not wieners. In my head, the weekly wiener is a silly thing that happened.
Okay.
Like, I think I have a good one now, but sometimes I just have something that happens that's I don't know. But this one, so I went to Chipotle the other day because I'm white, and I try not to go there anymore. I used to love it.
It's good.
It's good. I really love Chipotle, but I try not to go.
Because you don't want to be white.
I know, but
who wants to be white?
Can't escape it.
I know.
So I'm at Chipotle, and the guy is just rolling my burrito. So bad. I see it like falling out of the ends, and he's struggling. And then because I'm too nice, I look away. I should have been like, just to make sure he does it, but I look away to make him more comfortable. And then
that's hilarious.
I'm like, why am I doing
to make
this?
it more comfortable for him?
Messing up my burrito.
That's hilarious. You're too nice.
So then I'm just like paying and I'm talking to the other guy and while I'm like, oh my God, my burrito's ruined. And I'm like, what is he going to do? Is he going to offer me the double wrap, which is the biggest wiener move? Have you ever heard of the double wrap when they mess it up?
No, what's the double wrap?
So a thing they do when
they put like another pita?
They'll go, yeah. So they'll go, oh, there's too much. I'll just double wrap it. You know how many damn calories are in one tortilla?
A lot, especially those.
So they just say, I'll just add another tortilla
another
on
500 calories
of that one tortilla, which, first of all, the texture, awful. You don't need two thickness tortillas on those teeth.
That's the reason why you get a wrap. You don't want that thick bread.
Exactly.
Right.
And then the calories.
Yeah.
So he didn't ask me the double wrap. I looked away, and I'm like, let's see what happens. I was like, maybe he'll just fix it. Let's see. So I opened the burrito and I'm like, wow, he did it right. Until I got to the end because I leave it in the foil.
Yeah.
And it was just like.
All the food was at the bottom. It was just open. What a piece of shit.
So I just put the rest in a bowl. But that was a little wiener.
That was a little wiener.
Because if you can't do it, start over.
Yeah. If you can't, like, honestly, like I think we should just start like yelling at people in public now. We need to go back to just bitching people out.
And everyone's going to get so much better at their jobs.
Amen. Right? I think that's the real problem with society now is everyone's pussyfooting around the truth.
Oh, yeah. I pussyfooted away from that tortilla job.
Sometimes I will let some things go, but most of the time, and the thing, when I let the things go, I get so mad at myself.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty assertive. But sometimes I just don't want to give the energy to like, can you fix this? Does that make sense?
Yes.
And also, I don't want to be that asshole. I already look like that asshole. I already look like that guy. I don't want to be that guy. But then sometimes I do it. But then I try to do it in a very polite way. I really do. I try to come in all like a Japanese person, like bowing. I just want to let you know, I think you do a really good job and everything. This is kind of messed up. You might have had it like whatever. I try to make excuses for them. You know what I'm saying? You maybe had a death in the family or something. I understand.
I'm not mad at you.
I'm not mad at you.
Just fix it.
Exactly. Or like Or like when you call customer service and you know they're not going to help you because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. And you know it's just going to be a dead end. And then sometimes I will get mad at them. And then I have to stop myself. And I have to go, I just want you to know that all this anger is not directed to you. I'm just pissed right now.
Yes.
And they usually appreciate that.
That's good.
Sometimes the people that, I appreciate you saying that. I'm like, yeah, I'm not mad at you, man. I'm mad at the air right now, you know?
I'm sure so many people go off on them.
I can't think of like weekly wieners that like things that piss me off because I just really write everything off, man.
That's great, though. I think that's wonderful. You don't need a wiener. We'll go into jokes.
No, man. I got one, though. I got one from a while ago.
Okay. An old ween.
This is like, I can't get out of my head.
Okay.
And then every time I think about the moment, I can't help but like think maybe I should have approached it differently. So I got a car that I love. I love this car. And I was at the grocery store about 3-4 years ago. And there was like a lot of traffic for parking, right? So I pull around and I see this guy is going to back out. So I turn my signal on. Then there's like another car on the other side. And then he turns his signal on. Okay. Well, I'm first. So the guy pulls out and I pull in. And right when I pull in, this guy knocks on my window. He's like, that's my parking spot.
No.
And
he went for it.
And then I was like, what are you talking about? And he goes, I had my signal on. I go, buddy, I was there before my signal. He goes, no, you weren't. I was there before you. I was like, my man, I saw you pulling up and then turning your signal on.
So you know you're right.
I was already here. And then he goes, no, I was already here. And then I'm like, look, dude, I need to go into the grocery store. You might as well have to find another parking spot. He's like, no, dude, you need to give me this parking spot.
Oh my God. So he's like real psycho.
Dude, he's like losing it.
Oh no.
Right?
Those people scare me.
And then it don't scare me.
Good.
No, it don't scare me. And then he started like being like erratic a little. And then he's all like, dude, I've had the worst fucking day. Everyone today has been fucking with me. Oh, no. Don't let it be you too.
Ooh, he's threatening you.
So then I opened my door and I stood up right into his fucking face. I closed the door and I locked it. And I'm like, looks like you need to find a new parking spot.
Ooh.
And I walked away and I went and shopped and I came back and he keyed my car.
No way.
And to this day, I'm waiting to see him again.
That's what I'm always nervous will happen.
That's the one thing that hasn't been written off. And like, this is going to be one of those moments where I'm going to be Marine Corps Mike. Back from the Marine Corps, no discipline when I see his fucking face again.
Good.
And I'm going to cave his face in. And then I'm going to find out he's like activist or something. And he's like a really nice guy. And he feeds children in Africa. It's just that one day. He snapped. And he probably is like the nicest guy in the world.
No, I don't think he is.
I don't know. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. When I think back to it, again, when I think back to it, I go, okay, that cost me $3,000 to get another paint job. That's
a lot of money. A lot of money.
I'm Middle Eastern. That's not a lot of money.
To me, it's a lot of money.
My family overseas is going to watch this and be like, that's fucking $3,000. I give you $3,000. I print more money for you, motherfucker.
I'm like, that's your salary.
But like, you know, and then I have to admit myself. Like, I mean, yes, it was a lot of money, right? You know what I did though? I have to admit, I still hate that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Like, there's a part of me that's just like, this motherfucking son of a bitch. But I wrote it off that day.
That's good.
I did. I literally did. I looked at it like it was a good meditation exercise because I've been investing for a long time and I'm single and I don't have kids. So I have money in the bank. Now, $3,000 is a lot of money, right? Anybody should get mad about that. But I flipped it in my head and I was like, on the bright side, bro, you can afford it.
You can afford it?
And honestly, it doesn't really break me. Mm-hmm. And then it was really weird because in that moment, I just kind of like took the bird's eye view of like where I am. Because before I was really poor. Now I'm kind of like in a level, I got money in the bank. And then that made me feel good. So getting the bird's eye view made me go, you really shouldn't be that mad, right? But at the same time, I still want to kill that motherfucker. It's so weird. Like every time I think of him, right?
Uh-huh.
But then there's another part of me that's like, Mike, maybe you should have just gave him the parking spot. Because there are days where I have really good days, and man, most days I have really good days, and I just let things pass. Even when someone's like, "Hey, man, that was my," I'm like, go ahead. Or like I'll see somebody in line like not having a good day, and I'll talk to him, and then if I'm in line, I'll buy him his coffee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
you give it
usually
back.
that type of guy, right? Just take the parking spot. Seems like you need it more than me, but not that day. That day I was like, what the I saw you turn your signal on,
and
motherfucker.
you were pulled in, you were parked, like, you know.
It was this is the one wiener, man, that just like it I keep going through all these multiple alternate universe versions of what I could have done, what I should have done, how do I kill him, when do I kill him?
Hey, that'd be a good short film.
I don't know, man. It's one of those things where I don't want to revisit because I'm already getting hot right now. I gotta take my check. It's funny, bro. But so I guess would that constitute a wiener?
That's such a good wiener. That's like an insanely good wiener. Because I mean,
That's
actually, no, that's like he might actually be more fucked up than a wiener. I don't know.
There's a part of me that I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. There's a part of me that also like tries to like side with him, where I'm just like, I've been that guy. I've never keyed anybody's car.
That's the part.
I've never keyed anybody's car.
Yeah.
But I have been that guy where I'm like, what the fuck? Why is everyone fucking with me today? Right?
We all have those days.
He had more balls. He took action. I never took action on those days.
But that's what I think takes him from the wiener would have been the thing. But then keying the car just makes him an asshole. You don't touch someone else's stuff, no matter how bad it is. You don't do that. That's just past the line.
You're 100% right. But there is a part of me that always wants to go, he's probably a good guy. And he probably just had a really shitty day. He might have just had a really shitty, because there's days where I have shitty days. Man, and then I'm beside myself the next day. I'm like, you were a piece of shit yesterday, bro. You were not nice to people yesterday. You know what I mean?
It happens. Totally.
So I guess that's my 5-year wiener.
That was a good one. I can't believe that. Because like I said, I'm always nervous in those situations that when I leave my possession, like my car, that someone's going to fuck with it.
Do you feel like that? Do you feel that a lot?
When, like, say something like that happens, I would have been so nervous inside the grocery store that whole time.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So because of how that guy was acting,
yes,
and because you left your car and you didn't like give it to him,
I would not have felt comfortable.
So you probably would have been better for you to just give it to him.
No, I would have went inside, but I would have been worried you'd keyed my car, and then it actually happened that he did key your car,
right?
Which usually doesn't actually happen.
It never crossed my mind that anyone would do something that low.
I overthink things. I always think the worst. I don't expect the worst, but I like envision what could happen.
Yeah.
Because people are wild.
Yeah, people
That's
are wild.
like when on the road rage.
You're from Florida, you know that.
People, yeah, they're crazy. Like road rage people, I never play with them because I'm like, they will take a gun out of my head and shoot me right now.
I'm right there with you.
I'm like, I don't want if they're this mad on the road.
I don't have road rage.
Me neither. At all.
Does Matt have road rage?
A little bit.
Right?
Not bad.
Yeah.
But just like a normal amount.
Okay, good.
And
good.
I say to him, they could shoot us. And he's like, you're crazy. What are you? I'm like, they could shoot us.
Yeah, but you're in California. Nobody here has guns.
You don't know. That's so true.
You're thinking like someone in Florida. You know what I mean?
Yeah, total
like,
Florida thing.
That's my parking spot.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, that's what I've learned from.
Because I mean, think about it. That's the one thing about like societies that have guns. Everyone has to be polite. Like now, if this was Texas, right?
No.
And that guy's like, "That's my parking spot." I'm like, "You're right," because he might have a gun.
I kept it warm for you.
This motherfucker only had a key. Thank God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Imagine if this was Texas.
That's a positive thing to think. Like he keyed your car, but you're okay. The car paint is fucked. Did you get a different color, or did you go?
No. It costs way more if you're gonna change the
'cause all the
color.
inners
They're gonna
and
have to change the
everything.
whole car color. But no, it wasn't. But you know, the paint on my color is a very rare color, so it was expensive.
Yeah.
It was expensive to get it done. But in the end, you know, I don't know. I like the fact that I've grown into this person to where I can really play the bright side more, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that day, I was fine. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, fuck, he keyed my car. I went through fuck this guy. Then I had the bird's eye view, the macro view, and I was like, bitch, it's not like that's gonna break the fuck out of you. It'd be different if I had mouths to feed, an insane mortgage to fucking pay. Then I probably would fucking snap. But then in the interim, I'm like, it's not that serious.
Yeah,
it's not that serious. So that's one thing I'm happy about. But I'm not gonna lie. Every so often, I'm not gonna lie, especially when I go to that grocery store. I think
of him.
I'm gonna find that motherfucker one day. And what am I gonna do when I see him, bro? Am I gonna be like, I forgive you, like I'm Jesus, or am I gonna cave his face in?
Was it? Can I guess the grocery store? This is a wild guess.
You're trying to figure out which grocery store?
It's probably not but I would picture that happening at the Rock and Roll Ralph's on Sunset.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. This was at the Ralph's that's closer to K-Town on Wilshire.
Oh, with the underground
and Western
parking.
No, not that one. It's on it doesn't got underground parking.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, there's too many Ralphs.
There's too many Ralphs. But that Rock and Roll
Ralph's
is wild.
Crazy.
It's crazy.
The security guards at that Rock and Roll Ralph's, they're never on their phone. You ever go to other places? They just relax or on the phone. These motherfuckers are just their heads on a swivel.
I make eye contact every time I walk in there.
Oh yeah, why?
Well, with the security guards, because they're focusing.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they're focusing.
I see 'em.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that place.
Oh man. All right. So did you think of? Okay, we'll do. You can decide if you want to do 1, 2, or both. Or 1, 2, or 2 is both. 2 equals both.
What?
So a stand-up story. Do you want to do one that you made into a joke or one that you didn't make into a joke? Like a moment in time. I guess the parking lot could be a miserable moment that you did not make into a joke.
I did not make that into a joke. But maybe we could talk about that joke that I said that doesn't work.
Yeah.
The one that I'm trying to make work.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I explain the story first or I explain the joke?
Yeah, just explain the story so you don't have to give away your joke or just like, the moment.
I don't mind giving away.
All right, let's talk about it.
All right. The joke is fucking fun to do because I don't look like the type of person that would bring this up on stage, and that's typically the misdirection. Sometimes the setup, especially if I'm in hardcore liberal rooms, they clam up.
Okay.
But if I'm in like a whatever room, it kills as soon as I do the setup. And the setup is, I asked the men to be honest with me. I'm like, guys, have you ever had a girl give you a blowjob that was so good? You contemplated if she was a man or not? So that's the setup.
Yeah, that's a great setup.
Has a girl ever given you a blowjob that was so good you were like, this is a dude?
I just in this liberal room and then saying that setup makes me so happy.
Why?
I wish I could just, because they're,
they clam up.
Yeah.
They clam up. Some of them clam up on that room. And then, but the truth is that there was a girl that I was hooking up with when I was working in New York back in 2011, 2012. We met online, and then we hooked up. She was beautiful. Okay, I'm still in touch with her, by the way. She's beautiful. And we hooked up, and she couldn't have sex because it was the time of month, right? So then she gave me a blowjob. I came, I'm not lying, Mandy, 15 seconds.
What? Give me your number. I need some lessons.
It was over before it even fucking started.
What the fuck?
It blew me away. No pun intended. Blew me the fuck away. I was beside myself. Because I mean,
she's a blowjob goddess.
Usually blowjobs, like, the good thing about a blowjob or any oral sex is that it takes a little bit longer so you can really enjoy the buildup, right? Mm-hmm. There was no buildup. It was like in her mouth, boom, what?
Were you just shocked?
Shocked. And I'm always smoking weed, so I was like really high, right? So we were in her apartment and we were hanging out and everything. And then I started like trying to see if she had an Adam's apple. I'm not lying. I swear to God.
I don't blame you. I feel like a dude would be better at a blowjob.
Yeah, and then I remember reading you can tell the difference between a man and a woman if you put your hand behind their head, and men behind our head, because of the testosterone, we have this on our skull, we have this notch. This little bump on the back of our head. All men have that.
Oh, weird.
It's like right where the skull starts at the end of the neck. There's like a little lump. It's only like it's a marker of testosterone. So then I went to like hug her and try to feel for it. I swear.
Oh my God.
I swear. tripped me the fuck out, man. I remember like the sun was coming into her apartment, and then I would like look at her face, and then she had like peach fuzz, like a lot of peach fuzz on her fucking. So it was like one of those girls where she's got like hair like on her face, but because she's white, it's very light skin, you can barely see
I
it.
microplane mine. I have that. I'm Italian.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
It's natural.
But it's awful. I hate it.
Well, okay, but she wasn't nothing. Okay.
Yeah,
but,
it's a new thing.
But you gotta understand, she's still beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't even see it until the light came at a certain angle.
Trust me.
Then I'm just like, she can grow a beard. Fuck, I think this is a dude, right? But the blowjobs were so good. So then, like, we hung out again, right? And then, of course, she's still, she's still on the rag. So, I was gonna take her. We're gonna take her out. I'll take her out to dinner. So I met up at her place, and she's a freak. She went right down on me again.
She must know.
Know what?
How good she is.
Oh, she knows. She fucking knows.
So you get there, she goes right down
because I told her about how amazing it was, and she loved it. And then before we went out, she was a good girl. She went right to work. I like timed it. Like I was like not even 15 seconds again.
Oh my God.
I couldn't understand. I'm like, is it the shape of your mouth? That's what I don't understand.
Does she have really big, pretty lips? I
Not
picture
really.
Mine are like chapped and shriveled.
No, but she had nice lips.
Okay.
They weren't like whatever. And she's fucking hot. But because I'm high and shit, I'm like, yo, trans women are some of the hottest fucking women. Am I with a fucking
there's some really hot trans women.
So the thing is like it was hard to confirm it because I never saw her pussy.
Yeah. That's such a high thought too.
My God, man, I'm so dumb. And then I remember like the third time we hung out, she again gave me a blowjob.
This is wild.
Bro. And I remember we were laying down or whatever, and then I asked her. This was after, it was like, I think it was my birthday, and she got me something.
Yeah, she did.
She did. She actually got me like a little whatever, which was really nice. And then I forgot how I asked her, but I had to ask her. I was like, so... And then she leaned back and she goes, I got you a gift for your birthday and you're calling me a dude.
Oh my God. No way.
She's a good sport though. She wasn't mad or whatever. And then I told her, I'm like, that's a compliment.
I was going to say, she should have taken it out as a compliment.
It's kind of a fucking compliment. And I couldn't understand what the fuck was going on. So in the joke, I've been trying to make the joke work, right? and there's multiple ways to do the joke. So when I do the joke about me being scared if this is a man or not, right? Like in typical comedy or in stories, there needs to be a bad guy, right? And the bad guy for the story to work, because all stories have a moral teaching to it, right? That's just how humans work. So the bad guy needs to get theirs. They deserve to learn a lesson, right? So one of the ways I decided that I could make this joke work, because the setup is funny. It kills the room. Have you ever had a girl give you a blowjob? You contemplate if she was a man or not.
I want to hear more.
There's like a rumble of laughter and stuff. Some guys will start fucking losing their minds. And I'll be like, is that a yes? You know what I mean? And there's some guys that are just like, yeah, I've had that thought, right? So the way I make it work now, and it has worked, especially in like mostly conservative rooms, but it's not working in the liberal rooms. The way I make it work is that she gives me a blowjob. I come in 15 seconds. And the first thing that came to my mind was, this is someone's dad.
Oh my God.
Right? This has to be a man. She must have had a dick at some point to know how to suck one that efficiently.
This is someone's dad.
This is like, it's funny. It's funny because it's like, this is someone's dad. Okay. So then, I get a laugh on that, right? Then I play with tension. I love playing with tension in jokes. I love getting the room tense, right? And then the punchline is that release, right? So I play with the tension of me being the bad guy in this. So I play with the tension of me being, oh man, am I with a man right now, bro? I'm not trying to be with a fucking man. I'm not even into that shit. And then I'm like, but she looks like a woman. What if she's trans? And then she asked me to go down on her. And I was like, man, I'll be right back. So I go in the bathroom and she had no windows to jump out of. So then I was like, fucking God, if I got to go down on her, what if she's a man, bro? And what if she got the surgery? And then I like picked up my phone and I started Googling for pictures and I couldn't find one picture. So I'm like, I play this bad guy where I'm paranoid and I build this tension of me just like, fuck, I don't want to be with a man right now. And then I realized this is fucking stupid, dude. You're just being fucking paranoid. So I put my phone away. I came out the bathroom and I sucked her dick.
Yes.
You know? So like that is like to me the logical way to get everyone who's kind of like, why is this guy fucking? And then it's like, he got his.
Yeah.
He deserves to get what he did, right? And then I play with the whole, I go, I sucked her dick. And then there's that laugh. And then I go, I'm sorry, his dick. No, it's their dick. Then I go, I don't like their dick because it sounds like I sucked more than one dick. You know, so that's the joke that I'm playing with. But it's one of those things where, like I said, it's like, it's not true. I never sucked a dick. Everything else is true.
Yeah.
The whole paranoia and this, that, and the other thing, that's the true thing. And then the flip side that I think that could make it work is that I suck a dick. I'm still trying to figure out how to work that. Some rooms don't like hearing me say that. Black rooms hate hearing that. The black rooms are very homophobic. Black people are the most homophobic people in America.
I didn't know that.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Black people do not want to hear about God. If you tell that joke, I did that joke while I was bombing at the Cleveland Improv. There was nothing but black people in there. Okay.
I was bombing at the Cleveland.
Oh, man. No, you don't understand. That was the hardest bomb I ever had.
Oh, no.
I was bombing so hard that I was chasing the laugh that I blew the light by 8 minutes.
Oh, shit.
And I was chasing it. So the fucking table in front of me broke out into a spades game. They stopped paying attention to me. That's black rooms.
That's next level.
Black rooms don't fuck around.
Holy shit.
That's what I say. Like in this career, that part of my career, I learned a lot doing that set. I especially learned how to play spades.
That's so fucking funny.
I figured out everything. I figured out how to play spades. But then I remember I did that joke in that room, and they were like, you know, like it was one of those things where like even the gay black people in that room were mad that I said that joke. They hated it. And I remember at the end of the joke, there's a part of the joke where I suck a dick, and then there's a point where I go, I'm not even gay. And some guy in the back was like, man, you gay. And the whole place started laughing. And I was like,
love it when the audience member gets
so that's why I'm thinking, I'm like, is there a way for me to maybe now do it where it's someone else telling me the story? And does it have that same effect? And I don't know. I know that when it works for people because they are not expecting me to say that. Because I play up the whole, like, I'm scared.
Yeah. I have two ideas. Well, one, try that as the other person. But also, it makes me think of, like, how Sarah Silverman does a lot of jokes like that kind of misdirection is where she says the part, but then she just dives into it to where it's clearly a lie, and you know it's a lie, and they know it's a lie, but you're making it really silly. Like, I sucked the dick. And then you go, it tasted so good. It was such a big dick. Just like tag how much you loved the dick and describe the dick. Oh, the veins on that. Like, I mean, that's too much. But like so sarcastic.
So what you're saying
silly.
is like take it even further. Just tag it the fuck up down this route of me sucking a dick. I don't know, man. I don't know. I would try it. I might want to try that, but the more I do it, the more I feel like I'm playing with fire because it's like, some people are on board. Other people are like, fuck no. One time there was a trans girl in the audience at the there's a bar, North Hollywood bar, whatever. But anyways, I was in there and one of the bartenders is trans. And when I did it at the end, she was like, man, that was really funny. She goes, I just love that at the end you ended up sucking the dick. And then I explained to her how like, yeah, I have to play the bad guy in this. And then she's like, yeah, because when you first did the joke, I'm like, this motherfucker. And then when you ended up sucking dick, I'm like, that was fucking hilarious. But then she turned on me.
When?
This is why the trans thing is really weird. Because then I started talking to her, right? So then now I started asking her questions because like, okay, so what else didn't work for you? Because I want to know more,
yeah,
right?
That's great.
What's offending you, whatever. And something happened in the conversation where she went from complimenting me about my joke, and then because I started like going deeper with her, then she changed her attitude. It's almost like she felt compelled to be that Hollywood person that had to put me in my place. Then all of a sudden she was like, you can't tell that joke no more.
Oh.
It was really weird.
That's uncomfortable.
So now I know that there is this thing with this where some people will get insanely pissed off. And then other people think it's really fucking funny, and I need to find the middle somehow, or just never do the joke again.
No, it's a great joke. That's why I think it's funny. It's like if you go with the ending, just being super silly about it.
Yeah.
Like so sarcastic and fun and silly. Then there's nothing like it's a joke. It's clearly a joke.
Yeah,
there.
but some people believe me. That's the thing. Because there was this girl in Oklahoma City. Afterwards, she's like, I was hoping to take you home, but you sucked a dick.
Oh.
And then I was like, but I didn't suck a dick.
It's
She's
a
like,
joke.
no. And she was like, okay. She was like, nah, I don't believe you.
Huh.
It was crazy.
Huh.
You know? Not that I wanted to have sex with her anyway,
No,
but I'm just saying it was
what other people think.
the idea of like how she was like, even after the show when I'm selling merch, she was like, I'm like, what?
Well, she can't get a joke. That's why, yeah, I don't know. I guess I would try the super silly, sarcastic route and then saying it to somebody else. But that one does seem good from you.
It does, because it's not what you expect.
Yeah, I like it.
Unless I can find a way to sort of let them know that it's not real in a way that doesn't ruin the whole moment. I don't know. But it's one of those tricky ones. Like honestly, I call it a workshop joke, because it's like one of those jokes where it's never going to be in my album or in my special. It's just the thing for me to figure out the Rubik's Cube of comedy.
And the psychology
Does that make
behind
sense?
all of it. I mean, don't say never will be. You never know.
Maybe one
You
day
never
I'll
know.
figure out something where now it's going to fucking work, and I would love for that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it's just one of those, it's more like a dojo joke. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's like I'm working this one, I'm going to try this thing and see, oh, that worked. Oh, that didn't work. I bombed the whole fucking show, you know? So I don't know. I think that's the one.
That's a good one, because I love that it comes from a real experience.
Yeah.
And now it's just the hard part of just figuring it out.
Yeah, but maybe it's not that I sucked the dick, you know? Maybe it's something else. Maybe I explained the whole thing I explained to you, how like I thought that she was I don't know. I don't know. Like the climate today is a little weird for that joke. So it's like that joke needs to be done in a way where you need to like land it where everyone can be like, oh, okay.
It has to be very well executed.
Like Sam Morril. You see Sam Morril's trans joke?
I've seen all of his stuff, so I know it.
He's got a very smart trans joke.
What is it?
I love it.
Do you remember it?
And then it also shows how he changed in so like his earlier album, he had a trans joke. I forget exactly how it was, but it was kind of like it wasn't offensive. It was coming from a place of being dismissive.
Okay.
Like, oh, you're this, oh, you're whatever, right? And it was still a good joke. But then you can see how smart he is as a stand-up comedian, that he released his recent special, and he understood the climate, and he came up with a joke that was pro-trans. And he puts the story into someone else.
He does.
So he goes,
okay.
He goes, I got a friend who's not really smart, you know, whatever. And then we were talking about women's sports and how there's like this woman who was on a swim team who's a trans woman, and she beat everyone on that fucking thing or whatever. And he goes, and I got a friend of mine going, can you believe that they have a trans woman in women's sports, swimming and beating all those women? Can you believe that or whatever? And then he goes, no, I can't believe it that you care anything about women's sports. Right?
Yeah.
That's the one thing he says. And then then his dumb friend goes, yeah, but you know, what if I had a daughter and fucking blah, 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 and she was whatever? And then he's like, dude, you're 50 years old and you have a roommate. The fact that any woman is going to let you come in them surprises me. And he's like, what are you talking about, man? He goes, I fuck all kinds of women and I come in all kinds of women all the time. I don't even wear a condom. And he's like, you don't have a kid? And he's like, no. Too bad your sperm wasn't a trans swimmer, because then maybe it would have fucking made it to the egg. And it's so fucking smart, and it's pro-trans. But then he puts the negative on like someone else. So now, was that story even said? I don't think so. I think it's how he had to set it up for this thing to work.
And that's a brilliant.
So he plays the good guy.
Yeah.
He plays like he roasts a dumb guy.
Man, that makes me really think that you should try that, because that's so well done. But I love the story of picturing you in that situation.
I know.
Ah, it's so hard.
Because I look like the type of guy who doesn't look like I'm easily scared of things.
So seeing you,
so people seeing me in vulnerable states, they love it.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever I do a joke about something that pissed me off or a date that went wrong and I'm physically stressed about that, you could see the audience it's endearing to them, because I look like a guy who has no emotions. But then when they find out I have a cat and that I'm scared of things, they love it. So then when I'm telling this story about me being nervous about maybe sucking a dick or whatever, and then at the end I end up sucking a dick, it's if it works, it's a huge release for the room. So I don't know.
Man. Well, I hope you figure it out because I really like it.
Yeah,
I guess you
thanks.
just have to try alternative endings.
What's yours?
Ways.
You probably said on this podcast before, right?
The one that that I was talking about earlier that makes me feel like I'm mean. Oh, I'll say that one that I keep an older joke that I've been trying to used to be my main joke. I always felt like it made me feel rude, but it's not. It's about I do this joke about marriage musical chairs.
I think I remember hearing this.
It was like one of my first favorite jokes.
Okay.
I stopped doing it because you would say in the beginning, I was like, I just visited home and I realized every time I go home, like all my friends are married. How was the original way? I can't even remember. It's been so long because I've been rewriting it. Like
I remember hearing this back in the day. I remember it's the musical chairs thing. It rings a bell.
I love the ending of it. I love the act out of it. But I would like be more like talking shit that everyone in their hometown is married and they're just marrying some loser.
Sure.
But me saying that made me uncomfortable because it made me feel like I feel bad by saying that. So that's where it came from. Like the setup was all wrong. So I've been rewriting the setup of it.
Okay.
And I think I've kind of figured it out. And then this joke is a mess. I've written I'm like needs new end, needs new tag, needs new setup. And I'm like, the only core thing I have is that I like the marriage musical chairs. It's like we're all settling. Everyone settles on their husband. Because to me, marriage, I've noticed.
That's funny. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, I love the act
It's
out.
like, that's your chair.
Yeah, this is it.
That's
is
your
who
chair.
you end with.
You're right.
It's not about who you should be with. It's just the timing. Because I've noticed this.
That's very smart because it's a very true thing what you're saying.
Everyone marries whoever their boyfriend is at the marrying age. They don't marry their husband.
Sometimes.
The settling people.
I know what you mean.
It's your boyfriend at that age.
Yeah. It's like, yeah.
And that guy's proposing to you because you're his girlfriend at that age. But his friends are also getting married.
Right.
So if I dated my boyfriend in high school now, that would end up being my husband.
Sure.
So it's like this thing I have a lot of passion about. I really feel it. I believe it.
Because the analogy is very real.
Yeah. So,
and then if you make that work, it's a light bulb in everyone's head.
Yeah. So I just have to dive in and take my time and just start.
You mind saying how it is, or
right now?
Or you don't want to do it on the podcast?
Well, I'm trying to remember the old way. I talk about sorority girls, and I'm like, everyone, all these sorority girls are just marrying their. What was the original way? I think I have tossed it. And I make a joke like the only sorority I was in was working at Chili's. It was a mess. It was such a mess. But now I just start off by saying I've noticed everyone back home is playing this game called settling.
That's funny.
And then I just go right. I guess I just made the joke super short. And then do the musical chairs thing.
Sometimes the shorter the better.
Yeah, I've noticed that with a lot. It's such a weird thing how like some jokes you make short, some you make long, and then some you make short again. And then one thing I heard Louis C.K. say recently was that he likes to take long jokes that used to be really long and now kind of say them that fit into other jokes as a throwaway line.
Whoa. Take jokes that were really long.
And now they've turned into they seem like throwaway lines.
Sure, I've done that.
Yeah.
I also do when I write jokes, they're like t-shirts. So I have extra large, large, medium, small.
Ooh.
For a lot of my jokes.
I like that.
A lot of my jokes I have extra large, large, medium, small.
Mm-hmm.
So some jokes like my classic joke about Detroit and how it's changed so much. I can do the 5-minute version, I can do the 3-minute version, I can do the 2-minute version, and I can do the 1-line version.
Oh, so I've always wanted to do that. So for all of your jokes, you have
not all,
but
most,
a lot of them.
Most, yes.
That has been on like my comedy to-do list in my head that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, I think that comes from me from working in reality TV. I was because we had to cut to commercial, we'd have to find a way to cut so many things and render it down to the very smallest thing. Well, it's saying the same thing, but very short. But I like that because then I could do the long joke, which is fun. But then when I do the short joke, it's just basically, Detroit used to be the murder capital. Now it's cute. I just went home the other day. I saw cops. We have cops now.
Yeah, I've heard that joke. That's a great joke.
And that's the small version.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other one's got 3 more tags, and then I got another one that has a story and whatever. Does that make sense?
That's how it is with my bladder joke, because I think my
I remember the bladder joke. That's right. Yeah.
So I have different versions of that one.
Long versions, short versions, right?
Because that's like my favorite joke, so I've really like taken my time on it.
Right.
But that's the only joke I've done that with.
Do you write on, or do you write on paper?
I go through phases.
Me too. Me too. Yeah.
So right now I'm back to the computer.
Yeah.
But sometimes I love writing. I also wanted to get like an iPad to see if I could do like, because then it transcribes to your computer. Like if you write like that.
Oh yeah.
That seems too fancy for stand up.
Yeah,
that's too much.
I've never been much of a paper writer. I don't know.
I like to blurt ideas.
I still put them on my phone. I don't like putting on paper because I would lose the paper.
Yeah.
I lose paper.
Happens. That happens.
I like it. I put it on Evernote because now it's on the cloud. No matter where I go, I can get it.
Evernote is just iPhone notes? Or is that something different?
No, it's a more intricate, deep, like note-taking program. I fucking love it. It organizes.
I want to download it.
Everything. If anyone wants to learn, I love to show comics that if it fits your wheelhouse. A strategy that I've been doing now that I love for writing, and I wish I would have done it earlier, but now what I'm doing is if I have a joke, it goes on only one notepad in my thing. Now,
that's so smart.
But hold on a second. So I have a joke. It's called Elders now, right? And I've been like working on it. If you go to the Evernote, fucking. So what I do is I'll write it on the note, right? That'll be the first draft.
Yeah.
Now, typically, what I would do is I would just keep changing that and keep changing that and keep changing that and figuring it out. I don't do that no more. Now I write out the first draft. Then when I want to change it, I copy it. And then I draw a line above it.
I do that in my Google Docs.
And then I put, boom, another one on top. So then now if you go on that, you can go back and see every iteration of what I've done.
Yes.
You've been doing that?
I do that exact same thing.
That's smart.
But I do Google Docs.
I just figured that out.
I started probably doing that recently, not like probably like this year.
Okay.
Because every time I write, I change a line.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Sure.
But you don't ever know if that change is good. That's just how you feel in the moment.
Exactly.
So I do like the little dot lines just like that way. And then Google Docs is good too because there's the app and it could also go on your computer. Same thing. But yeah, so that makes it so much better because you don't know what you're going to do. That is such a good thing that everyone
You know what
do.
else I got in that thing, which is really cool? This is the first note where I'm starting to do this. So now on that note, because in Evernote, you can also put your audio in the note.
Ooh, that's nice.
So now at the very top, you have the audio from 2018 when I first stumbled on the misdirection.
No way.
And then I also have the bit that was the best I've ever done at a show.
So is it the voice memo notes that you could drag into that, or does it have its own?
No. Well, no. Yeah. What I do is that I'll do the voice memo, and then when it's done, I can just send it to Evernote.
That's amazing.
And then when you open up, you can't do it on your phone, but on the computer, you can just take so now the note, you just take and drag it and drop it into the note. So then just from there, I can just play it and listen to it and take notes while it's going.
That's nice.
Yeah, but to me, it's just like that whole thing. So you do that too. So then so then you have every
version of it
on top or on bottom.
I have the newest on top.
Yeah, so I just started doing that. Fuck yeah.
It helps a lot.
It helps so much because now I can go back, and there's been times where I go back to like 2 years, and I'm like, I don't do that line no more. And then I'm like, that actually works.
It is stuff that
and
works.
And then now the way I've written it up here, if I bring this back up here, it makes it even better.
Yes, and you always have to scan through it. And yeah, I've gotten really like OCD organized with my Google Docs. Like I have
me too.
Finished jokes in projects. Same. But yeah, set notes from like going over.
Nice,
same.
Because
otherwise, everything and it still gets lost. Those good lines. But at least it's easier to scan through the stuff.
But to me, I'm so proud of that one because I can go back to 2018.
That's good. I want to do the voice memo thing.
Yeah.
Because so many times you'll want to like hear your inflection.
Sure.
The other thing I downloaded, I think it's called Otter.
Yeah, I've been telling people about Otter.
Yeah, I still have the free one.
Me too.
I would like to pay for the other one.
They started clamping down on what it can do because when you first got it, it could just do whatever.
Do a lot.
And now they're like clamping it down, saying, if you don't save this note for 25 days,
they delete
them or whatever.
So my shit got washed. I'm sure a lot of it, but I like how I put my voice memo on like a computer and I'll play it to the Otter.
You've done that.
So you only get to do it 3 times, like every month or something for free. But then it transcribes my set because sometimes I get anxious listening to the voice memos versus if I read it. what I say through voice memos, doesn't make me anxious.
Why does it make you anxious, you think?
I think because like it sounds like it was so good in the moment. In the voice memo, you'll sound like you're bombing, and you're like, "Wait, am I a psycho?"
Oh yeah.
But it just doesn't really pick up on
Sure,
the laughs.
Sure.
So I'm like,
Sure.
I like to just remember it as I remember it.
Sure. Yeah, the otter thing has been great. Now I'm kind of like left otter a bit. I don't know if I'm gonna buy it or not.
Yeah, it's a lot of money, and it isn't at the same time. Because like if you used it, it's your career.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like over $100, I think, for the year.
Is it?
Yeah.
And I'm already subscribed to so many things.
I'm obsessed with apps.
Yeah, I know. I gotta cancel some of them.
Yeah.
That's so cool that you do the same thing. That's great. Because I think that's the way to go. You know. But then you talk to other people like Torio, and he just doesn't write shit.
A lot of people don't.
You know, he's like, oh, he goes, I just come up with an idea and I write it down, then I write the bullet points, and then that's it.
I mean,
and
that
just
would be nice.
Go on stage and I figure it out, and I'm just like, I can figure stuff out on stage, but I can't keep it short if I don't write it.
Yeah,
I'll have too much fat.
Same.
Yeah.
I'll come up with great lines on stage. Like
me too.
That's when you get the gray area, the perfect little thing.
Yes.
But I have to write it and do the homework, and then you plug that in.
Yeah.
I have to do both.
Sometimes I forget to do tags. Unless I keep going back to the note.
A bad habit of mine is I have to be better at tagging because it's such a waste.
What do you mean better at tagging? You don't tag?
I tag, but I need to tag more.
Yeah.
I got weak tags.
Really?
I just will tag like once.
I'm tag happy.
I need to become tag happy. It's on my. I'm in the things I have, like my comedy homework for myself. I know what I'm slacking on. I'm so self-aware of everything. But then it just comes down to fucking doing it.
Yes.
Getting better at it.
That's it. There's times where I have to sit down with some things and actually be like, let me tag this up, and then I will.
Yeah.
You just have to sit down and do the work. Like some good advice I got from a headliner one time. I was like, man, I can't wait till I have an hour of material. And he's like, how many minutes do you have? I go, I have 30. He goes, oh, you got an hour. I go, how? He goes, just add a minute to every minute.
I know. Isn't that wild?
And when he said
that's mind blowing.
That's when I was like, you're fucking right. If I can add one more minute to every fucking joke.
60 minutes.
And 3 months after that, I had an hour.
What? Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy? And that was just exploring what I already had.
That's such a good note.
And then not only that, because he unlocked that thing in my brain, like 2 weekends after that, I was doing this joke that I thought was completely done. And I wasn't thinking about it. But because he put that in my head that these things are not done, I came up with the 1 minute act out to this fucking joke that I thought was done that gets an applause break now.
Amazing.
You know what I mean?
They're never done.
Sometimes they have to be done, man.
Help.
They're never done. Fuck, bro.
That's great, though. That's such a good note. 1 minute to every joke.
1 minute to every joke. And then, like, the tagging, the things, like, did you heard about the setup, punch, tag?
I feel like I have that written down.
That was from the Comedy Bible.
Yeah, I have the Comedy Bible.
It was the Comedy Bible.
Judy Carter.
Yeah.
Classic.
Setup, punch, 3 tags, right? I think that's something I try to make work too, you know, because I think the rule of 3 is it's everything.
Work.
I do got one joke that's my closer, but it is so tag heavy.
But it works, right?
Because I set up the audience, right? I set them up with the game that's about to happen.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just tag. It's just jab. And I want more jokes like that.
Because the thing with jokes with that is by the time you get to the tag, the hard part's done. They know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
They're in it.
They're primed for the game.
They're ready.
Have you ever done improv?
Yeah, I did the Groundlings for 7 years.
Do they talk about writing in game form?
UCB does, Groundlings does not.
You were Groundlings.
Yeah.
Did you do UCB too?
I took 2 classes there. I understand game.
The game and writing thing is everything, and you learn it from improv. And that's what I try to do with a lot of my writing is I try to find what the game is. Once I find what the game is, meaning how can I get the audience to think where I'm going to take this and what game we're going to be playing with this word idea, that's fucking everything. Like I had an improv set one time with a friend of mine in Detroit back in the day, and it was one of the coolest fucking sets because everyone figured out the game. I established that we were guys trying to get money for a time machine, right? That we're in this meeting, okay? And the meeting is about to happen with the investors, and we're not going to get the money for our time machine because I just pissed myself. That was a suggestion from the audience. You peed yourself. And I just pissed myself. So I said, time machine that we're going to build, and we're not going to get the money from the investors because I just peed myself. And my buddy said the best fucking line.
What did he say?
The game that he set up, he goes, oh, we've had this conversation before.
Oh my God.
And then as soon as he said that, the whole troop understood the game. And then my buddy Mike comes in and plays a version of me from the future, giving myself a brand new pair of pants.
Oh, it's so good.
And then when he gives me the pants, I'm like, yo, what is this for? He's like, I'm you from the future, man. I'm trying to save this moment for us. And then when he says that, then all three of us go, oh, we've had this conversation before.
Yes.
And then somebody else plays Dave from the future. And he's like, we got to kill Mike because he's going to take your idea and blah, blah, blah. And then somebody says something and then all four of us go, oh, we've had this conversation before.
Oh.
Next thing you know, we have everyone on the troop all playing different versions of each other. And then every so often somebody, oh, we've all had this conversation, but it's the game.
That's the best feeling when it clicks for everybody.
My God.
It's so fun to watch.
Especially when the game is clear.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's what I try to do with my writing. Is like, can I fucking make the game clear?
That's such. Oh, I'm gonna write that in all my notebooks. That's such a clear thing, and especially like for the setup. I think one of the problems I figured out during like another one of my breakdowns of like I suck at stand up and what is wrong. It was my setups, which Chris Rock has the best setups. He really dives in because a lot of the times they say the setup has to be so short. But what I've noticed is there's like Judy Carter will say there's the backstory and then there's the setup, which like that setup for the improv thing was so clear. So clear. Everyone gets it. Everyone's on board. You could visualize
but
it.
it's you got to hand it to Dave, my buddy, who came up with that idea.
Yeah.
We've had this conversation before. And then we all was like, that's the game.
But then for stand-up, we get to play. We're lucky. We get to write it and take the time. We can all be Dave.
Yeah.
When an improv, you usually drive home like, oh, now I just thought of that idea.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you'll never have it again.
I know.
Yeah. So you said you were trying to,
I realized one of my big problems was that
But you're saying Chris Rock, though. You're saying.
I study his setups.
Okay.
He's got great setups.
And he's longer with the setups?
Longer with the setups. So clear. Like, watch like any of his specials. But,
okay.
Or I like to read the transcripts a lot of the time.
Oh, wow.
There's this site that has if you just Google stand-up transcripts.
There is?
This one site, I'll send it to you, has almost all these specials.
Oh, that's
on there.
great.
And just to see how they break things down. Every stand-up is so crazy different.
Sure.
Everyone's so different.
Everyone's different.
So there's rules, but all of them have clear setups.
Yeah.
Act outs, tons of act outs,
Yeah.
and tags.
Yeah. Have you noticed the setup changes everything for you? Like if a joke's not working, then you just change the setup, you figure it out, and then it works.
Like the marriage musical chairs joke.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just have to land this setup because I know the act out will work. But before the setup made me seem unlikable and bitter that I'm not married.
Right.
And that's not fun for anyone.
That's not.
To
And then you
watch.
got to find the setup that sort of somehow makes you humane in a way. Like I have a joke that the clip that I posted online that blew up is the idea was, how do I blame kids for pedophiles? Right? So that's the idea.
That's so funny.
The idea is that I have to. So the idea was like kids are to blame for so many terrible things, minivans, and then I just go pedophiles, right? Pedophiles, right? And that's it's funny, right?
Oh, it's really funny.
But then I noticed that when I would do it in some rooms, it would get the big laugh. And then sometimes I would do it in liberal rooms and they would clam up, right?
Come on.
Hold on. But see, the liberal rooms can teach you ways to figure out how to just, So to me, instead of getting mad at the woke rooms, I go, how do I crack that code?
Because you need a joke to work for all rooms.
All rooms, right? So I figured it out. It's putting humanity into it, and it was something that's fucking real. Now the setup is, I've always wanted to have kids.
Okay.
I come from a very big family. My grandfather had 6 wives, 42 kids. So I've always wanted to have kids, but I'm too old now to have kids. So I don't want to be that old dad.
Yeah.
So I got to convince myself that kids are terrible.
Okay.
And that's the setup. So now when I tell the game is, I have to convince myself that kids are terrible. Now it's not like I'm saying kids are terrible. I'm trying to convince myself.
Yourself.
And then I go, I made a list. And then I pull out my phone and I'm like, so kids are to blame for minivans. And then I go, pedophiles. And that fucking gets the room to laugh. And then as soon as the laugh fucking dies down, I go, that was the end of my list.
That's great.
And then it's just like, so now instead of being the bad guy, telling people fuck these kids,
You slutty little kid.
Now I'm coming from this area of like, I've always wanted kids, but I don't want to be that old dad. So how do I convince myself not to have kids? I got to convince myself that they're terrible. And that made it work.
That's exactly what you always have to do. You don't know, like, something you think is going to be the main part of the joke. You have to sit back.
Yeah.
Be like, what's the broad topic?
Exactly.
Like, and then.
What am I trying to say?
Yeah.
How do I get people to resonate with this idea?
It's so hard.
It is hard.
Stuff like, it's
but man,
fun.
when you figure it out.
Oh, it's the best feeling ever.
It's the best day ever.
Yeah.
Then the next day you're depressed again.
But that one day. And it worked. It worked online. Everyone gets it.
Yeah. And well, the funny thing is online, the setup's not there.
Really? Is it the old setup?
No, online, because it's online, I have to cut to the...
How long do you make your stand-up reels online?
Well, this one here is only 45 seconds.
Okay.
So I made sure that I cut out the setup, I cut out everything, and I think it works in the clip because I got shots of the audience laughing.
Oh, that's the best when you can get those.
So I have really good shots of the audience like taking it in and like losing their shit over this. And I find that on clips, you can cut the setup out sometimes because when the viewer is watching the clip, they're watching an audience that's already accepting it.
Ooh, I never thought about that.
Does that make sense?
Because they're in.
They're already in.
Because if they're in, I'm in.
Exactly. Kind of like that. Kind of. So one of the comments that I get the most on that thing's like, wow, that escalated quickly. Because right when it comes, I go, kids are to blame for so many terrible things. Minivans, pedophiles. Like within 5 seconds, I hit the punchline in the clip.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster. They're just getting the drop.
Yes, that's exactly it. We're just picking exactly. They didn't see the whole click, 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 click. I just showed them the
Yeah, online people can't focus for the click, click, click.
How about you? How quick do you make yours?
I'm all over the place because it's wild. It's so sad when you post one of your favorite jokes online and it doesn't hit. And I'm like, it's nothing to do with my joke. That's a whole other beast on there.
Yeah.
But I sometimes I'll do just the end. Sometimes I'll do the beginning. Sometimes I'll do the full thing. I just choose. I'm still figuring it out.
I find the things that work the most is if I could just cut to the chase as quick as possible, get to the laugh as early as possible. Sometimes it's hard and sometimes you can't do it. And then those views don't really get as many views because people will just swipe away or whatever because it's kind of boring, I suppose, to have them like sit through that before the thing pops up. And everyone on the internet wants to like move quick. But my thing is can I get bury something interesting in the first 5 seconds? And then the other thing is, can I get the main thing to really happen within 15 seconds? Ooh. Because that's how long the stories are.
Oh, yeah. Yes. I'm going to try this.
So when people put stories, sometimes I really do try to cut it to where something really great happens just before the stories cuts out. It. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think I should. Yeah, I don't do that. I'm going to try that.
Because I just posted a clip from this last weekend at Sacramento, and now I looked at it, I'm like, I could have cut out the part where I said, "What up, though?" to the audience.
Oh, yeah.
Because it really starts when the black guy in the audience goes, "What's up, nephew?" And then
you put that because in your logical brain, you're like, I want to show that I said something for him to say something. I
was always cutting it too quick, but now it should have just started with, "What up, nephew?" And that's exactly how it should have started because I think a lot of people are not watching because I'm just like lackadaisical on stage. Then the funny thing is, I'm like, man, when a black man calls you nephew, it's the second best N-word that a black man can call you.
Did you just come up with that?
Yeah, on the spot. Yeah,
that's so good.
Yeah, and it was good, but it's I don't think it lives because you see me.
Damn it.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it's so crazy. It's all so crazy, but there is a science behind. There is and there isn't. It's like there is, but then also you need the luck.
There is.
So it's a lot of factors going on.
So many factors. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my internet now, with my Instagram now. I was blowing up for a minute, and now it's like.
It goes through, I don't know because of mine, but through Matt tracks all his stuff. It goes just through waves. It's just always waves of followers, no followers.
Really?
They pull back. They give you a lot, and then they
Who's they?
The
algorithm? I don't understand why.
Because they're so mean.
I don't know. Is that what they're doing? They're just mean? Is that
they're
what
like,
it
let's
is?
give it. And then they're like a hot girl who's like, I want to make him want more.
Oh my God.
Yeah, let's make him want more.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
I know.
Where's Twitter when you need her?
Oh, right?
But yeah, like it's that. Like when my shit was blowing up, I was getting 10,000 followers a day.
That's great.
It was blowing Whoa.
That must have felt good. I can't wait for my day to happen.
And
if
then,
you don't follow me yet, motherfucker.
And then out of nowhere, I posted one video. I reposted a video that I posted a long time ago that had no problems. It was a video that me and Brandon Bricks did. And then I posted it, and then I got taken down for hate speech.
Oh.
Okay.
When they flag you, it fucks your shit up.
They tried me for hate speech.
Yes.
Which pissed me off because the video still lives on my page from 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And that didn't get flagged. And then ever since that happened, now I'm losing followers.
Yep.
And now every time I post a video, it's only showing it to my followers.
Yeah.
And it's not even spreading it out. I'm like, what the fuck is this
if
shit?
you get in a little bit of trouble, your thing will be messed up for a little bit.
That's crazy.
It's so wild.
I guess I'm going to have to cuten myself up, guys. Time to shave this beard. Mm-hmm.
Do you ever shave it?
No, I did it. I did it for that show on ABC few months back, almost a year ago. I had to play a firefighter on Station 19.
Can't have beards.
I had to shave my beard then.
That's worth it though.
And everyone was all weirded out by it. Everyone. It's almost like a kid when a kid sees their dad. Yeah. Everyone at the comedy community is like, what the fuck is this, bro? Nobody liked it. They're like, get this fucking shit out of here.
I like the beard.
I'm like, what the fuck? I got a nice face under here.
That is fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, before we go, is there anything you want to plug? You're in all your stuff?
When's this going up?
Couple weeks.
Oh, okay.
Probably 3 weeks.
Well, best way to find me, I make it easy for everyone so nobody has to spell my last name. I'm Mike from Detroit on everything. Instagram, TikTok, YouPorn, XXNX. I'm Mike from Detroit on everything. Best way to find me is MikeFromDetroit.com. All my social media links are at the top. Join my mailing list. All my show dates are up there. I'll be headlining Baltimore in March 2nd to 4th. Then that Sunday, I'll be in Washington, D.C. I'm also going to Vancouver, Canada.
Woo, fun.
Headlining Detroit House of Comedy in June. And I'm doing Riot Comedy in Houston. So
killing it.
If you like me, follow me, come see me at a show. And I can't wait to offend you.
Yay! Bye! I have to pee.
Oh, no!